Before I begin with the third part of water, the elixir of life chapter written by C.V. Raman, let's have a recap at what we have studied earlier. So, in the beginning, it was told that water, man has always been sorting after, has always been running after an imaginary elixir of life, that is Amrita, but he has not paid any attention to the elixir, to that Amrit, to that divine blessing of God that lies near our hands, जो हमारे बिल्कुल पास है, and that is the commonest of all liquids, plain water. It is commonest as well as the most you can say unique liquid as well, क्योंकि ऐसी properties और कहीं नहीं मिलती. Then यहाँ पे एक reference दिया writer ने. He says that I remember one day standing on the line which separates the Libyan desert from the valley of the Nile in Egypt. So this picture is going to help. It's going to be helpful in understanding कि कैसे वो वाला एरिया जो वाटर सोर्सेस के पास होता है ग्रीन होता है and how just mere absence of water can convert any fertile land into a desert. तो यहाँ desert की एज और ये water है जहाँ पे वहाँ greenery. Then he says, he's citing different examples actually, just to tell importance of water. Like one side, it was visible a sea of billowing sand without a speck of green or single living thing anywhere on it. On the other hand, on the other side lay one of the greatest, most fertile and densely populated areas to be found anywhere on the earth, teeming with life and vegetation. What made this wonderful difference? कैसे आया? Why is it the water of the river Nile flowing to the Mediterranean from its sources and couple of thousands of miles away? क्यों? क्योंकि Nile river है. Same as here. You can imagine, like on one side you have lush greenery, and on the other side there is desert. So these are actually the examples that the writer is citing, and I guess these two pictures are going to be helpful in that, in understanding what he's trying to convey. Then the writer refers to the rain-fed tanks of South India. So this image again would be helpful in understanding what these big huge water tanks, rain-fed tanks look like. Rain-fed, जब rain water आता है तभी इनमें store होता है, and then they would keep it using. But alas, this is the sad story. This is the sadistic saga that often these are so sadly neglected in their maintenance. इनकी maintenance नहीं हो रही. One has to be very careful while cleanliness and like no extra outside particles should fall into the water and so many other things. So this is one point that he is talking of, that this part is really important and it needs our utmost attention कि इन rain fed tanks में पानी को जमा करके यूज करना इम्पोर्टेंट है. एग्रीकल्चर के लिए बहुत सारे और चीजों के लिए ये काम आ सकता है, बट द मोस्ट इम्पोर्टेंट थिंग इज कि अगर हम इनको यूज ही ना कर पाए, मेंटेन ना कर पाए, देन देयर वुड बी प्रॉब्लम. Similarly, continuing with the same, the writer even says that water in a landscape may be compared to the eyes in a human face. जैसे हमारी eyes हमारा mood reflect करती हैं, वैसे ही atmosphere का असर भी पानी में आता है. For example, it reflects the mood of the hour, being bright and gay when the sun shines and turning to dark and gloomy when sky is overcast. तो जब सूरज है तो ये पानी चमकेगा, ऐसे लगेगा it is full of pearls, जैसे बीच में हीरे जवाहरात पड़े हैं तो चमक रहे हैं. लेकिन अगर ऊपर क्लाउड्स आ गए, उन्होंने ओवरकास्ट कर लिया वाटर को, तो ये ग्लूमी दिखेगा. तो इट इज एक्चुअली वाटर जो लैंडस्केप है उसको ह्यूमन आइज के साथ कंपेयर किया गया. Then there is reference that how soil erosion can be stopped, how water can be conserved, how fertility can be maintained. तो उसके लिए the only solution that writer is putting forth, it's like having checks कि चेक कर दो, रोक दो उसके फ्लो को, तो things will turn out to be better. और उसका मतलब कि closely connected with the conservation of water supplies is the problem of afforestation. तो afforestation जो हम काटते हैं, deforestation, उनकी वजह से भी बहुत नुकसान होता है. तो हमें जरूरी चाहिए कि नए ट्रीज उगाई जाएं. और जो भी ये पानी की दिक्कत आ रही है, इसको सॉल्व करने के लिए एक बार की इन्वेस्टमेंट जरूरी है टू बिल्ड डैम्स। अगर हमने डैम्स बना लिया तो उससे पानी का जो फ्री फ्लो है विच कैन बी डेंजरस इन द फॉर्म ऑफ फ्लड्स, उसको भी रोका जा सकता है। हाइड्रो इलेक्ट्रिसिटी ज्यादा प्रोड्यूस की जा सकती है जो रूरल एरियाज में काम आएगी। और जब इलेक्ट्रिसिटी हम ऐसे बना रहे हैं तो जो हमारे काउ डंग केक्स और वो है सब वो एज मेन्योर यूज हो जाएगा, हमें आर्टिफिशियल मेन्योर नहीं यूज करनी पड़ेगी। तो हर तरीके से ही फायदा होगा अगर हम बहुत सोच समझ के पानी को यूज कर रहे हैं और बड़ी मेटिकुलसली ये सारी प्लान्स को एग्जीक्यूट कर रहे हैं। So let's see what this author Chandrasekhar Venkataraman, what he has to say in the end of the chapter, how the chapter is going to be summed up. Definitely on this note that water is really, really precious and we need to take care of it. We need to preserve it.